Good morning, everyone. Well, it's not morning, it's afternoon, isn't it? It's 12:30 my time and probably 2:30 or 1:30 for everyone else. But good afternoon. Thanks for coming into the show. Bob and Terry, nice to see you. Jim, nice to see you. And Jacob, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. So, today I want to do two things. I want to talk more about how I prepare my pour over and also talk to you about this coffee company called Excited Goat Coffee Company, which is out of Michigan. I believe the towns are Bay City and Essexville, something like that. We'll take a look at their website. Hey, Amber, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. But first, I want to talk about how I prepare for the pour over. So, the basics, you got this carafe, which is a Chemex, is the brand name, and they have their own marketed filters. I'm sure you could get a different filter for it and probably work as well, as long as it stays up and doesn't like fall through. I also use a scale to weigh out the coffee. I use a grinder. I think it's a Cuisinart grinder that I use. It has a whole bunch of different settings. Maybe I'll do a show on that sometime. But this is like the reservoir. This is where the grounds come into for when I grind the beans. But the first thing I'm going to do is weigh the coffee grounds, like what I'm going to use. I usually use a 15-to-1 ratio, which means 15 milliliters of water per 1 gram of coffee. So this little scale cost me $10 at Walmart, and it's worked beautifully. Let's turn it on, and you can change the unit to gram. So I'm going to set that on the counter and let it get to 0. Oops. Okay, it's at 0 now. I don't know. Let's see if we can. I don't know if that's a good view or not. Back away from it a little bit. I'm going to place my cup on top of it, and then that's 263 grams, but I can zero it out to 0. Okay. And then here's the coffee grounds, and I'm just going to pour it into the cup. And we're going to get it up to about 30 grams. It's at 27.4. And so we're at 30.3 grams. That's probably upside down for you. Oh, 30.3 grams. So that's how I get the grams of the coffee. As you can see, really nice, dark, rich color there. Really cool. And so now let's take out our calculator and see how many milliliters I need. Some of you, I'm sure, can do this in your head. We're going to go to 15-to-1, so 15 times 30 grams is 450 milliliters. Got a little measuring cup here. This goes up to 500 milliliters. And zero out the scale again. Well, actually, I don't need the scale, but and then let's take some filtered water from my fridge. And get it spilling all over the counter here. I guess we could see how much 450 milliliters weighs. It almost weighs, well, it weighs 438 grams, so it's almost a 1-to-1. Imagine that. All right, let's clean up this mess here. I didn't short out my mouse. Yeah, so we got 30 grams of coffee and then 450 milliliters of water. I had this little pot called In Tasting, which is a little heating unit. It boils the water super fast. Only takes about a minute. And this is the unit right here. Just turn it on. You can turn your dial to the temperature that you need it at. I think I got this on Amazon for $30 or less. Then you just place this on top and click start. It's reading its temperature right now, which is at 62 degrees. And then it's going to heat it up to 205 degrees. So apologize for the noise. It's going to be a little bit noisy with this boiler here. But while we wait for that, let's clean our filter. You've seen me do this before. Basically, it's paper filter. It can leave a taste. So I usually just pour some water on it. Have the water run through it once. And then dump it out. Hey, Jason Klein, thanks for stopping in. I just went over how I measure the coffee, how I measure the water, the conversion ratio. Right now I got the water boiling. Does my scale have a built-in time? No, it does not. It does not have a built-in time. Basically, it's just a unit scale. It's got grams, ounces. That's it. Ounces and grams. A timer? No. No, the heating unit does. I don't know if that's what you're referring to, but the scale does not. Yeah, the people have gone missing over that extra third of a gram. Careful, my friend. Yeah. I may be a coffee snob, but I'm not that particular. Jason, you got to work today? It's a Saturday. That stinks. All right, let's get rid of this wastewater here. Filter back. If you could tell by sound, the coffee is almost, or the water is almost done. There we go. There's the beep. We're at 205 degrees. Here is the coffee grounds. Like I said, really dark and rich. It smells really good. It smells really good. Yeah, hit that thumbs up for me. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's get this bloom going. So any questions about how or about the scale, about why, the reasonings, anything like that? I mean, basically, you're just measuring things out and adjusting to your preferred taste. So a 15-to-1 ratio of coffee to water, maybe too thick or strong for you. And that's okay. I mean, I vary between 15-to-1 and 17-to-1, but you can go to 20-to-1 if you think it's too rich or thick. I like the 15-to-1. I think that's where I get the best taste and best aroma from the coffee. I think the pour over is my favorite just for the bloom alone, just for watching that filtration. All right. As this goes, we'll talk a little bit. Nice, Jason. Get to relax now after a hard day's work. It's good. For my New England friends here, Whiskers and John Fox, anyone else in the chat that's from New England area, I'm actually going to Boston on Monday, and I will be there Monday through Sunday. I know you two don't live in Boston, but you live in the New England area. I believe Whiskers is in New Hampshire. John is in Maine. I briefly lived in Boston when I was in the Army. I was stationed at Natick Army Labs for 6 months. And so I left there in 98. And this will be the first time going back to the Boston area. So what is that, 26 years? I'm going to be, I got a hotel on Revere Beach, which, I know this isn't the typical weather to go to a beach, but it was pretty decent price. And I'm going to be at a convention for work at the convention center, which is about a mile east of downtown, I believe. So my wife is coming with us, and we are meeting up with her sister and her sister's husband, so brother-in-law. They have not explored Boston before, so my wife will be kind of doing the touristy thing with them, and I'll be joining them kind of like here and there throughout the week. Hey, babysitter Jess. Oh, your aunt lives in Natick. Natick's a nice town. I mean, it was 26 years ago. It was a pretty cool town. We used to go to this fitness facility in Natick. I think it was in Natick. It might have been in Framingham because they're kind of close to each other. But we used to go to this fitness facility to like play basketball and stuff like that. The Army guys. We used to go there, and Doug Flutie would train there. So I played a couple basketball games with him. He's really good at basketball. And this was just before he got signed with the Buffalo Bills. So he was kind of like in between teams at the time. But I think he's from Natick, lives in Natick still, probably. But Doug Flutie, the kind of hero of Boston College, I believe. And I think he played for the Patriots for a little bit. He's played for a couple of teams, notably the Bills. He had some good success there. All right, this coffee is almost done. Let's skip over to Excited Goat Coffee. Let me talk about that real quick. So, Excited Goat is wait, actually, let me check something there. For some reason my music went off. Am I still streaming? So someone answer me in the chat, because the last time I streamed, it ended before I wanted it to end. It just kind of like cut out. I mean, I was coming close to doing that. Okay, Whiskers. Louie's brother lives about 7 houses down from my aunt. Oh wow, that's cool. All right, so yeah, for some reason the music just stopped. Weird. All right, so let's take a look at the Excited Goat Coffee Company. So before you get excited, you cannot order online unless you live in the area. So they only deliver, or you can only pick up from their shop. They do not have online ordering. However, the reason I'm talking about this company is because someone gifted me this. If you caught the Yeah, no, that wasn't the case actually. For some reason it just cut out. Like, I mean, 30 seconds early probably. But once I realized it, I saw in the chat like, "Oh, I left so abruptly, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "No, actually, I didn't." But for some reason, and you never know with like AI, maybe they pick up on words that you say. So I'm trying to avoid saying what happened because I don't want it to happen now. But anyways, Excited Goat Coffee Company. If you caught the Beer Respect this week, we had a special guest, Stacy from Wicked Wednesday Soap Company, and she actually gifted me this coffee because she's a big coffee drinker, and she wanted me to try it. This is her favorite coffee. So she sent me this bag of perfect dark Brazil and Colombian dark chocolate, smoky, and sweet coffee. So I had to talk about it on here because I was so grateful for her doing that for me. But yeah, here is Excited Goat. I'm trying to get rid of this online thing ordering because you can order online, but you have to go pick it up at their shop. So you can't order the coffee to be sent to you. Here are the Josh and Rachel, or Rochelle, Josh and Rochelle. They are the owners of the shop. And there's some contact information. So there's the Essexville location. I think they have another location as well. Because when you click on order online, let's say I want to get this cold brew, add it to my order. Let's see. Go to my cart. And I can pick it up at the Bay City location, Bay City, Michigan, or Essexville location. That's where you can pick up your order, which is just like one drink. It's not like a bag of coffee or anything like that. So let's get rid of that. And yeah. It looks like they sell a coffee brewer, Olson Coffee Brewer. So that's pretty cool. And I don't think. Let's go back to order online. So, I mean, I guess you can buy a bag of coffee there. It's just it's not. It doesn't look like it's on their menu. Their menu is basically food and items that you're going to basically drink or eat at the time. But I still wanted to talk about it, even though you can't order it unless you're in that area. Oh, Revere's only an hour from you. Cool. Cool. I wouldn't mind doing like a meetup of everyone that I know in the Boston area. Most of the people that I served with, they don't live in that area anymore. So everyone that I know in the area now is just from Instagram or Facebook or on here, YouTube. So let's take a look at this coffee. Oops, let me unshare this. And we got a light brown coming from the craft here, but in the cup you can see it's real nice and dark. That would be cool to do like a meetup at a coffee shop or something like that. I don't think we're going to venture into Maine or New Hampshire. I think as far north as we're going to go is probably Salem, which is only about 10 or 11 miles from the hotel. I think I showed you the beans. So this is a Colombian and Brazil coffee bean. And usually they're like two different beans, but they're just still the same Arabica bean. So I believe I could have this backwards, but I think the Brazil is more round and oblong as compared to the Colombian, which you really can't see that on the screen. It's too small, but there is some difference. Where originally I thought that maybe these round ones were Robusta beans, but they are still Arabica beans. So this taste is supposed to be a dark chocolate, smoky, and sweet. I'm not expecting this sweet taste, but let's see. That would be cool, Jim. That would be cool. Maybe we'll have to figure something out because I don't think you're on social media at all. I don't know. If you are, I don't follow you. This is so good. This is similar to groundwork coffee that I talked about before. In which I think the groundwork coffee was also Brazil Colombian mix. But definitely I get the smokiness, the dark chocolate. I wouldn't say it's sweet though. But I definitely get the dark chocolate smokiness. So good. So good. Hey Ellie, what's up? Too bad YouTube didn't have like instant messaging or something like that. But here's what you can do, Jim. If you want to share your contact information with me, I'll put it in the chat. Anyone could send me an email. That doesn't bother me. I actually have an email for this channel. It's been so long since I checked it. I don't think I could be able to get access to it. So I'm just going to give you my main email. And Jim, if you want to open up a conversation with me, you can email me. So what are you up to today, Ellie? It's good to see you. This might be our last weekend without snow. I don't know. What is everyone drinking today? Are you still drinking coffee, or is it too late for coffee? Like I said, it's only 12:30 here, and this coffee is so good. I wish I could order a bag of this coffee, actually, because like I said, it tastes a lot like groundwork, and I don't know the cost of this coffee. It may be cheaper than groundwork. I'm not sure. But right on the label here, this was roasted on September 9th, so just over a month. Just over a month ago, this was roasted and sent out to me. So it was sent out pretty fresh from Stacy, which was really cool of her. She even sent me a bunch of stickers of their shop, of their logo, which I don't have handy right now, but maybe you and John Fox could carpool. Maybe John can drive down to you and you drive down to Boston. We'll get some coffee. I know Chris and Tara are going to try to meet up with me. Originally, they were saying Tuesday, but I don't think that's going to happen with Tara doing her show on Tuesday. So we'll see. Maybe. I'm going to a Boston Bruins hockey game on Tuesday. Monday is when I fly in. Tuesday is a hockey. I'm doing a conference during the day, and then kind of like doing activities in the evening. But my conference is Tuesday through Saturday, and then we fly home Sunday. So got out of work a little bit ago, ready to crash. Yeah. Gotta look for cars. Ooh, I recommend Toyota if you're getting a car, whether it's new or used. They're really dependable, reliable. Amber, how did you like the Weather Beard coffee? And which one did you have? The Guatemala or what's the other one? I can't remember. I forgot already. Frack making apple butter. Ooh, nice. And Whiskers and Whiskey. Breakwater blend from Rock City out of Rockland, Maine. Nice. Yeah, Toyota lasts forever. I agree so far. My whole family has Toyotas. My wife has one. I have one. Each of my boys have one. My mom has one. Oh yeah, Costa Rican. That's right, Costa Rican. So which one did you drink? Did you like it? You tried the Guatemala so far. Okay. Yep. I thought it was okay. I thought it was pretty good. Both of them. I think I did the Costa Rican on the show, and it was the Guatemala I did while I was camping. Yep. So yeah, if anyone's interested in this company, Excited Goat and Coffee Company, all you gotta do is drive up to Essexville or Bay City, Michigan, and get yourself some coffee. It's really good. They don't send it. They don't do online or mail orders. It's only from the place. Would love a Forerunner, but don't have that kind of cash. Yeah, but even like Rav4s are good ones. The Corollas. My one son, he has a Corolla. Um, it's kind of like a hatchback. It's a Corolla Sport or whatever like that. And am I live? I think so. I'm pretty sure I am live, and I am having conversation with Ellie, Whiskers, and Amber most recently. Eat the beans also, yeah. Well, I eat them if they're wrapped in chocolate. That's for sure. Yeah, it's good. It's a darker roast. Yep. Cruisers look pretty awesome. Like PT cruisers? I don't know about that. Yeah, Chris, you missed the beginning of the show. I went over on how I weigh my coffee, the ratio of coffee to water, how I boil the water. And we talked about this company called Excited Goat Coffee that is only available in Michigan. You cannot order it to be mailed to you. Maybe you could. Maybe you could call them and they'll send you some. Um, but Stacy sent me this last month, Wicked Wednesday. This is such a good coffee. It tastes a lot like Groundwork organic dark roast. The taste is very similar. Oh, now I know what you're talking about, Ellie. Okay. Yeah, the Frick and Frack made me think of what it was because I did not know what a Toyota Cruiser was. But now I don't know if they make those anymore. They're pretty sharp. They're pretty cool looking. Yeah, absolutely. I think they're probably more than a Forerunner though. But yeah, I think they're made for off-roading. Yeah, they don't sell online. Interesting and rebellious. Yeah, they have two coffee shops in Michigan, um, Essex and Essexville and Bay City. They probably do just well enough there that they don't sell online. Kev, you are here where you need to be. I hope you have your coffee with you. I hope you're drinking your Weatherbeard coffee with Amber. But this coffee is so good. I wish I could have more. I'm not going to be in Michigan anytime soon. And Chris from True North, I was just talking to Whiskers about my trip to Boston, and sounds like he may want to come down to do a meetup with me. It'd be very cool if we could get all the people that live in the Boston area or New England area, I should say, kind of do a meetup for some coffee. But that's about it. If you missed the beginning of the show, go ahead and rewind it or rewatch it so you can see how I measure my coffee and the ratio I use and what I use to boil the water. And of course, you've all seen me use this pour over. Pour over is the best, I think. I love watching the bloom and the filtration of the coffee. But please try these local establishments. I definitely will. Kevin didn't drink any coffee this morning. You threw him off. Well, Kevin, you can still drink coffee now. It does not have to be morning to enjoy a cup of coffee. Some people enjoy coffee after dinner. Gladiator porch stuff you wanted. So, Chris, one of the places that was recommended to me already is called Mike's Pastry. I think it's called Mike's Pastry, which has like 4 spots in Boston area. Well, here we go. Mary Lou's Honeydew. Honeydew, I knew about. Actually, I think you've told me about Mary Lou's and Honeydew before. Amato's and Duncan and others. But yeah, have you ever heard of Mike's Pastry? Mike's Pastry Shop. There's supposed to be one in Harvard Square and 3 other places. Definitely, let's meet up. Absolutely. Funky Annabella iced coffee. I'm not one to drink iced coffee when it's cold out. Absolutely not. Yes, be kind and rewind when you bring back your VHS tapes or beta. Although I don't remember renting beta tapes. We had a Betamax VCR when I was really young. And then, of course, I went to VHS. But yes, be kind, rewind before you bring your tapes back to the video rental. All right, yeah, Mike's Pastry, North End. Yep, Modern Pastry, Bobas. Yeah, definitely want to check some of these places out. But I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to be getting ready. I'm going to Wyoming Cowboys football game against Utah State. I think they're the Aztecs, if I'm correct. They're in the Mountain West Division of NCAA football. They are the 2 worst teams in their division right now. They're both 1-6. So this game is either going to be the worst game to watch ever or the most exciting. So we'll see. But that game starts at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. I'm just going to be doing some stuff, getting out there. And for everyone that's living in the New England area, I hope we could meet up. That would be awesome if we could meet up. Well, like I said, the furthest north I'm probably going to go is Salem, but I'm going to be in North Boston, downtown area for the week doing my conference. So reach out. Let's plan something. Everyone else, have a great weekend and catch you later.